is your love. She don't rush when she step in. She don't rush when she step in. She let the room lean in. Roots deep, yeah, she grounded. Still fly when she move with them. Plants on the altar, smoke in the air. She been healing while she right here. She don't chase what's ready. She aligned and it appear. No, why are mine right body, body, loose spirit talk when she move. Holistic royalty by Kels. She don't say much, you can't tell. Holistic royalty, she move well. Mind, body, spirit, all in sync, she well. Holistic royalty by Kels. She don't say much, you can't tell.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Holistic Royalty by Kels. We're going to get into a light meditation session and then get into our bed yoga unlock. So, if I may offer, please find a comfortable seated position and rest your hands gently on your lap. And close your eyes or soften your gaze. Inhale slowly through your nose and exhale gently through your mouth. Feel your breath deepen and feel your body settle. And let's get into a body scan. Let's relax our jaw, soften our shoulders. Let your belly release and relax your hips and legs. Allow your breath to flow naturally. Imagine roots growing from the base of your spine and the soles of your feet. These roots move gently into the earth, anchoring you safely and stability. Our affirmations for today: I'm grounded, I'm safe, I'm supported, I release what I no longer need, I invite in peace and clarity. I am grounded, I am safe, I am supported, I release what I no longer need. I invite in peace and clarity. Relax your jaw, soften your shoulders, allow your belly to release. Relax your hips and your legs. Allow your breath to flow naturally. Imagine those roots growing from the base of your spine to the soles of your feet. These roots move gently into the earth, anchoring you in safety and stability. I am grounded. I am safe. I am supported. I release what no longer serves me. I invite in peace and clarity. Take one more deep breath in and release completely. Gently open your eyes. Carry this calm with you into your day or into your evening. Hi, and welcome back to Holistic Royalty by Kels. This is the segment where we get into our Hatha Yoga. And just remember that Hatha Yoga is for you to do your asanas, your poses with your pranayama, which is your breath. So we do movement with breath, and it's constant and it's steady and it's slow. So we don't have to move through these poses fast. And do what your body can carry, okay? Even though you may not be able to fully get into these poses, do what you can. Because in the practice of yoga, the poses serve you. You do not serve the pose. So if a pose feels uncomfortable or it hurts, that's not the right pose for you, okay? So we do definitely want to get into this and make sure that we're doing it correctly, but we're doing it safely as well. So do what your body can tolerate. So now the first pose that we're going to get into is going to be the easy pose. And in the easy pose, this is a pose that kind of strengthens uh, your core as well. So we're going to get into that, and it's just coming out of the meditation pose, basically. It's where you would have your legs crossed in the meditation position in the pose, and then you just place your hands on your knees. And so this pose, we're just going to sit here for a moment, and we're going to take a couple of breaths. So inhale deeply through your nose, allowing your belly to expand, and then we're going to slowly release those breaths. Okay? So again, this is just the easy pose, and we have our hands positioned here on our knees in the way that we're just going to sit here and take a couple of breaths. Okay? So let's get into the pose. Cross your legs, hands on the knees. Make sure your sit bones are pressed firmly into your bed, or if you're doing this on the ground, that's fine too. And then making sure that your upper body is like it's being pulled up by a string. So we just want to make sure that we're sitting straight up. And exhale to the mouth. One last breath. Let's go ahead and go through the nose. And then out through the mouth, exhale. Okay, that was pretty easy there. Nothing hard. Like I said, if it doesn't feel right, if the way that your posture is, you just want to make sure that you're elongating, allowing to feel that stretch through your spine. Again, we want to activate our core muscles here with this position. So again, this is called the easy pose. It's very easy to do. It's almost like doing your meditation. So how you would be in the pose, in the position when you meditate. This is the same pose. The only difference is we just have our hands on our knees here, just kind of elongating our spine and just feeling that stretch there, and just feeling your stomach muscles activate. Okay, so again, this is the easy pose. Now we're going to get into another pose. Okay, now in this next pose, we're going to get into the staff pose, heart to the sky. So what we want to do is turn to our right side. We're going to allow our legs to be straight out. Now I know in some of these poses here that you don't want to, if you're unable to put your legs directly straight out, you can put a pillow under there to kind of rest in this position as well. But you want to make sure you're supported at all times. Okay, and so now what we'll do in this pose, we want to have our legs straight out. We want to make sure that our feet are pointing directly to the sky. And the way that we'll do this is we'll put our hands back behind us. We want to stretch our hands back. And then it's heart to the sky. So you just want to have like a string is pulling your heart up. You want to have your head back in here. We'll rest and take a couple of breaths. So take that inhale in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And just relax into it. There's no need to stretch it or push it. Just relax. Another inhale. Exhale. And we're going to take our next inhale in. This is our last one. And then exhale. Now come out of this pose. Nice and gentle. Okay, how did that feel, guys? You feel a little stretched out there? I know you did. So let's go ahead and get into our next position. We just want to take it very easy, nice and slow. Like I said, there's nothing that you have to rush through this process, okay? Do what your body will allow you to do again. You could substitution, just putting a pillow up under your legs if you can't press them all the way down. If you can't reach the arms completely back, you can kind of bring them closer if that's comfortable for you, but you do want them stretched out. You do want to make sure that you are holding yourself, which you can spread your hands when they're placed down behind you. Just put that hand out, place it, and then you're stretching your heart. The whole point of this position is to elongate that spine, bringing it up, and you're stretching your heart up to the sky. Okay, so that's the feeling that we want to give as well. Okay, so for this next position, we want to get into together. We just want to make sure that we have our hands clasped together, and then we're going to take that up to the sky. Take our hands directly up to the sky, and then we're just going to do a forward bend. And so all you're doing is taking this and bending forward on your, so when you're doing this and you have your hands clasped, on the hands clasped, and as we raise, we want to inhale. And then on the inhale, we want to bend forward. Make sure your hands are still clasped. Bend at the hips, and we're bending down. And we're just allowing ourselves to lay in this position. Hands are still clasped. Let me back up for you guys so you can see what that looks like. Up, back up, back up. Again, we want our hands clasped. You want to inhale on the raise. And then on the exhale, we're going to bend forward. And we're just allowing ourselves to take a couple of breaths here. So inhale. And then exhale. Inhale. And then exhale. Relax into this. Let this stretch out your back and your sides. Inhale. Exhale. Now with this position, if you're unable to raise all the way up, you can just put your hands up to the sky and then just bend directly over and place them as comfortable as you are. However you're comfortable in that position, you want to relax your shoulders in this position, hands straight out, bend down at the hips, forward, and go as your body allows. So like I said, this position doesn't need to be forced. And it's okay if you can't bend all the way down. Also with your legs being crossed, if that's a problem for you, get in the most comfortable position as you can and just allow your body to flex with some of these things. If you're able to bend or stretch deep into the pose, that would be good. If you're unable to stretch into the pose, stretch as you can. If you're unable to cross your legs and your legs may have to be crossed out here, it's still okay to bend or have your hands, if you're able to clasp them together and bend forward, that's fine as well. But just make sure that you're doing positions that you're actually comfortable with. Positions that make your body feel good. Like I said, these are not positions that you have to force yourself into. Yoga is not a forced practice. You want to take your time and do what feels comfortable to your body, okay? So the next position that we want to get into is the loaded threaded needle. And so the way that we get into the loaded threaded needle is that we're still in this crossed leg position, right? And the way that we want to do is we have one arm that's going to go straight up and the other one is going to be needled through like we're threading a needle. So what we want to do is lay down on our right side with our arms stretched out. We have our head turned and then we have our hand straight up. And here you just want to take a couple of breaths. So we want to inhale in and then exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now you may feel this stretch to your back, your glutes. So just inhale again. And then exhale. One more inhale. Exhale. Now let's return back to the center. Good, good. Now let's take a breath while we're here. And you just want to inhale deeply, allowing your belly to expand, and then exhale. Now we're going to go to the other side. So you just want to take that arm and we're just going to sweep it over. And we want to make sure that we're laying that shoulder on the bed. Now, again, if you're unable to do this position, right? You just want to make sure you can go. If you can only go here, that's fine. But the point is to get that shoulder onto the space that you're at, and then lay your head to the side. That right hand now comes up. And this is the stretch. You want to feel it through your back. You'll feel it in your glutes. Hand straight up. And take a couple of breaths here. Let's inhale. And then exhale. Inhale. And then exhale. Take another inhale. And then exhale. And on our next inhale, we just want to return to center. Alrighty. And then exhale. Okay, so how does that feel? Alrighty, so now what we're going to do is get into our next position, okay? So then our next position, this next position that we're going to get into is called the Sage Mariachi pose. And so the way that we get into this pose, we want to go ahead and we're going to do this to our right side first. So let us get into position. You just want to turn to your right side. And in this right side, see the position, right? We want to lift our left leg. And then our left leg's going to be lifted like this. We want our right leg to be straight down, toes pointed to the sky. I'm going to take my right hand and reach it across my body and place it here on the side of my leg, right? And then so this is going to be a side twist, and I'm going to place my left hand behind me. And then I'm just going to bend into this twist. Again, allow the body to allow yourself to be in this position. The position serves you, so you do what's comfortable into this position. So we're going to stretch our arm out and we're just going to do a twist. Try to look over your shoulder as much as you can. Okay, so we get into this position. We'll inhale into the position. And then we want to exhale. Take another inhale. Make sure that chest is open. And then exhale. Inhale again. Okay, and then exhale. Good, good. Inhale again. And then exhale. Inhale one more time. And then exhale. Good, good. One last inhale. And then exhale. Now let's return to center, because now we want to go ahead and go to the left side, because what we do on the right side, we want to also do to the left side. So now let's get in position to turn over to our left. So now we're going to switch over to our left side. All right. Toes pointed straight to the sky. We now want to lift our right leg. Allow that left leg to sit, right? And we're going to take our left arm, place it here. So understand, if we're doing this in motion, we want to let this flow, and it will flow with the breath, because that's what Hatha Yoga is about, is flowing the position with the breath. So you want your asana to flow with the pranayama. So what we'll do is put our left hand here, and then we're going to take our right hand now and place that behind us and stretch that arm. And then we're going to do the twist. As we roll into this twist, go ahead and take your inhale. So inhale here. And then exhale. Try to look over that shoulder as much as you can. Take another inhale. And then exhale. Let's inhale again, deep. And then exhale. Give me one more inhale. And then exhale. Okay, now we're going to return back to center. Okay, and in this position, we're going to do what we call the easy boat pose 1. And now this one can be a little hard for me because I've had surgery and I have my core. I'm trying to rebuild my core back up. And so this is one of the positions because it will also engage your core as well. So the way that you want to do this position is you want to make sure you want to bring your knees up, right? So we want to bring our knees up. And then what we want to do, because we want our legs off the ground. And because we want our legs off the ground, we have to lean back just a tad to get our feet off the ground. Now, if you're unable to do this position, you can kind of just take it back and just lean back a little until you feel your core start to engage, right? But the position will call for you to actually bring your feet off of the bed, right? And so what we want to do is I'm going to place my hands under my thighs and grab my thighs. I'm going to lean back because we want our feet to just sway. And so bring that up. Here, take a breath. There we go. And like I said, you can put those feet down if you're unable to hold this position. But if you're able to hold this position, get those feet up off the bed. And I'm working on my core, y'all. So, hey, get that core engaged, right? Lean back some so I get my feet off the ground. Take a couple of breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. I'm going to let it down. And then I'm just going to lean back to engage my core. Like I said, I'm working on building back up my core strength. That's where I have surgery and was cut through my stomach. So I'm building back up my core strength. So I'm just bending back, engaging my core. Now exhale. One more deep breath in. So I'm going to try to get in this position as deep as I can, which is getting my feet off the bed, getting up here. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. And then exhale. Good. Slowly return back to center. And now we want to get into the reclining lotus pose. Now the reclining lotus pose is a pose that we get back into our cross-legged pose, right? And in this cross-legged pose, I'm going to scoot down just a little bit. And what you want to do is you just want to take this pose and you want to lay back with your arms stretched out. And so we're going to inhale as we lay back. And it's hands straight back. Our legs are crossed. And we want to inhale. Let me scoot down so you can see the full position. Legs crossed. Place down. Close to the body. Right? So we're here. Hands will go back. And we're just placing them back. And take your inhale here. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And then exhale. Good, good. Inhale one more time. And then exhale. Good. Now from this pose, we want to go into what we call the corpse pose. And the corpse pose is where the legs are going to be straight out. Arms are going to now come by your side. And you're just going to lay here. This is where we'll end the poses. Just relax into it. Make sure that your shoulders are spread enough apart to where they touch. Now, if you have back issues, this is a difficult pose for you to do because you have to make sure that your back is fine and everything's laying flat. If you're unable to do it, you could probably place a pillow up under your back to kind of give you some support. But you want to have your hands with your palms facing up, down to your side. And here we're just going to take a couple of breaths. Go ahead and inhale. And then exhale. Inhale. And then exhale. Good, good, good. Inhale again. Slowly exhale. One more deep inhale. Exhale. Make sure you're getting that wind all out and pressing it out. Okay, now let's return to our seated position. So now we're going to return to our seated position. And so what we want to do is take a couple of more deep breaths here. And then slowly release, slowly exhale out your mouth. One more inhale in through the nose. And then exhale through the mouth. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now let's kind of just shake that off. And whether you're getting ready for the day or getting your day started, or if you're kind of bedridden, or you can't take a lot of pressure on your legs and your spine and your hips and your thighs, these bed exercises are good for you. So try and do what you can. Like I said, the asanas are for you to find positions for yourself that are comfortable. So if you feel stressed or you feel very tense or it feels very uncomfortable to you, then kind of make these positions be what you want them to be because they're yours. The position serves you, not the other way around. I think sometimes we get into yoga, we get into certain poses, we feel that we have to be perfect or the poses have to be strictly how they are, especially if we are not able to get into those poses. So let you serve, the pose serves you, you don't serve the pose. So do what's comfortable, do what feels natural, and then work your way up to a point to where you are able to fully get in the positions. Like I said, throughout this yoga practice, you will see me start to strengthen my core because I had surgery here. So this is an area of opportunity that I could work on for myself. So I'm doing some asanas to strengthen my core muscles and to really bring my core muscles back into alignment. So some of these positions are even hard for me to do. But as I go through doing these practices, you'll find that they'll become easier for you as you go through doing the practices. I don't want you guys to think that you have to be perfect or that these poses have to be perfect. They probably won't be in the beginning, and that's okay. But do what you can because it's going to be easier for you as you go along and as we do these practices. So I do thank you guys for showing up, spending some time with me. So like I said, if you're just getting your day started and you're getting ready to get out of the bed and you decided just to turn on YouTube and watch some yoga, or if you're ending your night and you're getting ready for bed and you just needed to relieve some stress or being tense and you're getting ready for bed, thank you for joining me. This was a great time. I do appreciate everybody for sticking in there with me, and thank you for coming on this journey. As I learn, you will learn, and I hope that you can get into it just as well as I have. So thank you for coming with me, and we'll return again here at Holistic Royalty by Kels. We'll end this and I'll say peace and love, and then we'll get a couple of words from our sponsors. But thank you for showing up for me, and thank you most of all for showing up for yourself. Have a good one.
Holistic Royalty by Kels. I don't rush the crown, I grow into it. I don't break, I shed fast. Old skin in the rearview glass. Pressure hit, I transmute. Turn the weight into my fuel. I don't stop, I expand. Spirit clock in my hands. Every phase paid in full. I grow rich off the truth. Don't rush me, I'm already moving. Evolve me slow, but let me glide. I'm changing lanes in real time. Still divine, still my own. I evolve, yeah I grow. Evolve me slow, feel the pain. Every step still in grace. Every step still in grace. Every step still in grace. Evolve me, yeah. I heal in pleasure, not in pain. I don't beg life to explain. Every version of me, it's left no crumbs, no restraint. I don't shrink, I don't fold, I don't dare to be chose. I've been building from the roots, that's why everything gold. Holistic royalty, that's the code. Mind, body, spirit, and growth mode. I don't bloom on demand, I bloom when I'm ready. Built this crown from the roots, that's why it's a steady. I'm changing lanes, still real time, still my own. I evolve, yeah I grow. Evolve me slow. I'm right on time. I start on left bare feet and wet sand. Ocean knows my name before I ever speak back. Salt in the skin, wind in my hair. Standing where to meet sky, I'm aware. I look up once, heaven responds. White light moves through, truth carries on. I don't walk alone, never did. Body and clothes keeps me for what I skill. He don't say much, just stands his ground. Every near miss, he was around. I'd only pay to touch her tonight. I carry it all, I carry it fine. Heaven and sin, sorry.
Georgia, Georgia.
Yeah, just pulled up to the Love Palace. Ain't no cap here, just facts and feels. D and Kels on the mic, we talking ships, all kinds. Pull up and unpack. Just enjoy. Friendships that held me down through the struggle. Companions who dipped when I stepped out the bubble. Family ties that tug, some tight, some frayed. But we lay it all out, let the truth get played. No judgment, just lessons on velvet chairs. We speak from the gut, raw love, stripped bare. Got a steed, got that glow like sage in the wind. Queen Coles hit the mic, truth spilling again.
Relationships, we talk it, we walk it. No filters, just real. Love Palace, the spot where your soul can heal. All them ties, all those vibes, we ain't letting them drown. We lift ships up, never tear them down.
Situationships with benefits and
let's move it out now. Big relentless up in this. It's Big Mouthpiece. Oh, you ain't know. That ain't love, that's like hatred. Come on, brother. Why you niggas still on fake shit? Come on, brother. How you black but you a racist? Come on, brother. She sleeping with her twin husband, see this tasting. Come on, sister. Time to take it back to the king queen shit. Come on, sister. Time to take it back to the king queen shit. Come on, brother. It's time to take it back to the king queen shit. Come on, brother. It's time to take it back. Come on, it's time to emergency. Time to get moving with urgency. Big Mouthpiece back. To get this shit sold up like surgery. Shout out to DJ King Miller and all those that work in the church. Can't waste no time. We better do it in a hurry. Set a date at 9 or probably even 9:30. Why they so quick to talk down but slow to show love to me? Quick to eat off the table but won't plan to roll something for me. I gave them my open arms, now they acting like they don't know me. I needed some direction, that's when Queen Money Tide told me. Focus on the bag, all that nonsense is below me. So turn me up, don't be shady, press that like up for me. Hey, you can't look down on your brother, I used to swipe from the corner store cause I was hungry. Instead of respecting my grind, how you go throw shade on me? Big brother hate my guts, tryna chop off my feet, but I am not Toby. Haters be praying on my downfall, but be acting like we homies. That ain't love, that's like hatred. Come on, bruh. Why you niggas still on fake shit? Come on, bruh. How you black but you a racist? Come on, bruh. She sleeping with her twin husband, see that's tasteless. Come on, sister. Time to take it back to the king queen shit. Come on, sister.
Welcome to the space where worlds become portals and their soul remembers. I am Alicia Young, and this is
like truth, breathe like mist. I carry lifetimes in these hips and prayers inside my wrist. They said I'm too much, too wild, too free, but baby, I was never meant to be. Quiet, tame, contained, I am so untamed. Ooh. Magic in my skin, healing while you hold me.
Your soul already knows.
Say my name.
The cards are just catching you up.
She just glows, draws you in like midnight gold. A sip of her truth and you'll unfold. Goddess D, got soul control. Ay, this is grown folks medicine. Don't play unless you're ready to swim. Deep, real deep. A daily dose of tea. She speaks love fluently. Red wine wisdom with a side of clarity. Come through for your blessing. A daily dose of tea. This ain't lust, it's legacy. Touch your heart, shift your frequency. In the love palace where soul ships realign. Let love dock right here. She don't chase, she attracts. She don't beg, she reflects back. So if